Everyone, I'm Dino Bidal, and welcome to tonight's Dino Bidal Show on SiriusXM channel 127, Thursday, September 16th. You know, President Biden gave a speech today about our economy, about vaccine mandates, vaccine testing requirements, as well as how they're all intertwined with our economy and our health, because they are. And it is stunning right now. We had nearly 2,000 Americans die yesterday from COVID, nearly 2,000. That's up from just about 250 a day in the spring and early summer when things were going great. And you have now children in the last 2 weeks, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, nearly 500,000 new cases. Children testing positive in the last few weeks. And you have hospitalizations up to nearly 100,000 people in the hospital right now in America from COVID, up from a few thousand just a few months ago. And what's going on, as experts will tell you, the Delta variant is much easier to transmit. Might not be more lethal, but with more people are getting it, more chance for serious illness and sadly more chance for dying. According to one expert, he put it this way: early in the pandemic, on average, the spread of COVID from an infected person would go to 2 to 3 people. The Delta variant, you're talking about transmitting the illness to 8 to 9 people. And studies have shown that if you're vaccinated, you're 4 times less likely to be infected than someone who is unvaccinated. And this is the world we live in. President Biden today talked about the health issue and the economy, and they're intertwined. And we hear about the GOP over and over talking about their freedom not to wear a mask, their freedom not to socially distance, their freedom not to get vaccinated or not even tested. And my question is, where is our freedom to live free from a deadly virus? Why is it just their freedom? And look at this, 76% of adults as of today got at least one COVID vaccine shot. 3/4 of American adults are vaccinated. Yet we have Republicans who not only won't get vaccinated, and that's the discussion between them and their doctor, but they won't wear a mask. They won't socially distance. They don't want to do testing. Nothing that President Biden has proposed, and polls are out since last week since he proposed it. 60%, 58 to 60% of Americans support the idea of having mandates for either vaccine or testing. For the private sector, it's not why the GOP is lying to people. There's no mandate you must get vaccinated. It's 100 employers or more. The Labor Department's going to put out regulations, either weekly testing or vaccine. Who would be against weekly testing? Don't you want to know people around you who might get COVID? Even vaccinated people can get sick. So it's a good idea for widespread weekly testing at big companies. That's really important. No, mask saves lives, inhibits the spread of the disease. GOP, no. Nothing. Freedom. Where's our freedom? Why doesn't our freedom count? Why doesn't the freedom of the 76% of Americans who've been vaccinated matter? Why is it only the extreme fringe angry right, their freedoms that matter? Look, this is tyranny of the minority. We've seen it over and over in the filibuster, with the way the Senate is set up, with partisan gerrymandering, and now even with our health and the economy. And again, it affects the economy, as President Biden talked about. Every Thursday, we get the new numbers for first-time claims filed for unemployment. This is first time, not continuing. Today, the first time went up from last week. We've been sliding down. It went slid up a little bit. Why the Delta variant? Some places that'll let people go. If you have a stock portfolio or an IRA or 401k, I'm sure you've seen, if you have a normal portfolio, not some special thing, that your stocks have probably gone down in the last month. And that's all because the Delta variant and the stock market hates uncertainty. So these GOPers on the right are risking our health, our lives, the lives of our children, and our economic life, our economic well-being. All of this for their freedom. So we're going to talk about that more on the show today and get your reaction, the idea of why doesn't our freedom matter? Why is it just the extreme right, angry GOPers? Why it's only their freedom? We should have the freedom to live our lives free of the pandemic and of a deadly virus and live our life to the fullest, and they're not letting us. That's the reality of this. So my show's live 6 to 9 p.m. on SiriusXM channel 127. Hope you'll tune in. If you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, there are free trials. Go to the website, SiriusXM.com. Get a free trial. Call in, be a part of our family. Get a lot of work to do. You see it every day. If you want progress, stay active. Thanks for tuning in to the preview of tonight's Dino Bidal Show.